All right, welcome in everyone to the DDSN Diamond Betting Show. We're here for episode number 38, May the 19th, 2:51 p.m. Central Time. We had an amazing day yesterday. I believe we finished 10-4. Two of those losses came on the last hits of the game, thanks to David Bednar, who always finds a way to screw us in the 8th or ninth inning, as well as, JT Ginn had a no-hitter all the way up to the bottom of the 9th inning, and Zach Neto just blasted a 2-run home run to walk it off for the Angels. You just have to shrug your shoulders. We were 2 hits in the 9th inning, bottom of the 9th inning, well, top of the 9th for the Yankees, but in the 9th inning in 2 games that would have swung it from a 12-2 day to a 10-4 day. You won't hear any complaints out of me. We picked up, 6.5 units. You got to love that. We also picked up, more importantly, some new followers and subscribers on YouTube and TikTok. Thank you all for coming in. We appreciate it. This is a full episode. We'll post shorts after this, but be sure to give us a like, and thanks for following along. I love comments. Leave a comment where you're from, favorite team. If you're looking for any player props, anything specific. But let's go ahead and get into today's slate, because something I don't say very often. I did say it yesterday, but I do love today's slate. Everything is matching up for me numbers-wise and pricing-wise. This is a really great slate for us. I'm confident about it, which we're typically confident every day. But let's go ahead and get into it. But let me review and let y'all know what our record is on the season, because we do have some new people. If you're over at YouTube, full record and transparencies in the description below. But right now on our sides, again, wearing the hat. We've got 3 winning days in a row with the white hat. The white hat's going to stay on. Also, we're just going to go straight up. Oh, except for the last game of the day. But we're going to go straight up with our sides. We're 221 and 196 on the season with our sides, up 26.64 units. So you're doing incredible right now if you've just been betting the sides. If you had some of the totals, we're 90 and 92. Of course, we don't get as many of the plus money hits as we do with our sides, but all things considered, I love where we're at. Already posted a short for the early 3 p.m. Braves-Marlins game. We do have the Braves on the money line, Braves on the run line. They are playing without Drake Baldwin. Braves have made some moves. They sent J.R. Ritchie down to AAA after getting blasted in the 5th inning by the Rockies last week and getting blasted by the Marlins in the 4th inning yesterday. So J.R. Ritchie, we won't be seeing him for a while. Drake Baldwin's dealing with an injury. We may not be seeing him for a couple weeks. So we'll see how the Braves do. I know Tim was asking about how do you think the Braves offense is going to do without Baldwin, and no Jonah Heim, obviously. So we'll have to wait and see. But I still like the Braves in that position, and they do have, they have plenty of batters that can get the job done. Obviously, Baldwin's a big hit, but I think they'll still be fine. All right. Let's get into today's slate. All right, we've got the Cincinnati Reds plus 122 with Chase Burns on the mound against the Philadelphia Phillies minus 135, Jesus Luzardo on the mound. It seems like the Reds can only win when 2 things are happening. 1, when Chase Burns is on the mound. 2, when they go up against left-handed pitching. They have both of those going for them today. We talked about it yesterday. Normally, it was a 50-50 game, and basically it came down all the way to the end in yesterday's game. Andrew Painter got roughed up a little bit, but, weathered the storm. This Phillies offense picked them up. They did a great job against Nick Lodolo, the lefty, and Phillies get a 1-run lead, or win. So now the Reds have Chase Burns on the mound, and they're going up against a left-handed pitcher. Everything for me points to the Reds here, and we're getting plus money. Even an even better number than yesterday that Nick Lodolo had. So this is incredible for us. Give me the Cincinnati Reds plus 122. Next game's the Cleveland Indians. The Guardians are minus 159. Parker Messick on the mound. Lefty, he's been outstanding all season for Cleveland. Going up against the Detroit struggling Tigers plus 144 with Kyler Montero on the mound. We've been backing Parker Messick in every single start this season, and we've only lost 1 bet. Pretty good, right? But not so fast. He has struggled against the Tigers. Although the Tigers are playing terribly, they do hit decently against left-handed pitching. It has been a while, but they do hit decent against left-handed pitching. They also play better at home, although they're ice cold right now. They have got some news as of late that Tarek Skubal may be back sooner rather than later, which is good news. But I think this is a huge game for Detroit. And Parker, he's been amazing. Messic's been amazing. This Guardians offense is red hot. They destroyed the Tigers last night. But, again, this is an expensive price. I think it's warranted for Parker Messick with the way he's been playing. But like we talked about yesterday with the Colorado Rockies, sometimes you got to take some ugly dogs because some of these teams do bounce back. And I think we're going to have a bounce back game from the Tigers here. And the price is, to me, the price is right for the Detroit Tigers at plus 144. Kaiser Montero has been pretty decent this season, and he's pitched well against the Guardians in the past. I like this price here with the Tigers. I think that they could surprise Messick and the Guardians and get the win. Go ahead and give me Detroit Tigers plus 144. Next thing, we have the Baltimore Orioles. Extremely overrated Baltimore Orioles. For whatever reason, the betting market is obsessed with the Orioles. I don't know what they've seen. Well, I can tell you what they've seen. Absolutely nothing. But again, I guess people are lining up at the window to bet this shitty Orioles team. And Kyle Bradish on the mound. Bradish has been terrible. He's lost 3 or 4 games in a row. I think his ERA is like in the 60s against the Tampa Bay Rays. He's just awful. And the Rays are going to and they're playing against the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays are minus 105 with Griffin Jax on the mound. Griffin Jax has gotten a bad rap coming into this season because he was pretty terrible as a starter, but that was a couple years ago. This season, he has been nails for this Rays pitching staff, and Tampa Bay has been on fire. I love this game for Tampa Bay once again. I loved them yesterday, and they ended up scoring 16 runs. This is just a complete mismatch, and the Orioles do not deserve to be rated at minus 105 pricing here. Again, this is one that I would bet every single day of the week. If I lose, I lose. I won't even bat an eyelash because everything points towards our Tampa Bay Rays here. Give me the Rays on the money line, minus 105, as well as the Rays on the run line, plus 186. If they're going to keep giving us these prices, I mean, the Rays have won, 9 out of their last 10 games, 17 out of their last, 23 games, maybe less than that. And they're just getting absolutely no respect. Doesn't make any sense. So give me the Rays on the money line and the run line. All right. Next game's the New York Mets, minus 135. Nolan McLean on the mound against the Washington Nationals. Nationals plus 122. Lefty Foster Griffin on the mound. Foster Griffin has been amazing so far this season for the Nationals. And the Mets do struggle against left-handed pitching. And it's no surprise, but almost in every start this year, I think except for his first of the season, Nolan McLean has lost games for the Mets. Not just him, but the bullpen. They cannot protect him once he gives them 5-6 strong innings, hopefully 7, but they just keep finding ways to lose. This Mets team, though, has been playing much better. They've won 7 out of their last 10. They're kind of hot. Some would say this Mets team is a little hot right now. So, fool me once, fool me twice. I will not get fooled for a 6th time this season. Give me the Mets first 5, laying the run line, minus half a run for New York, minus 103. Let's just trust Nolan McLean and this offense to get 1 or 2 runs and get this done in the first 5 innings, so we don't have to worry about the bullpen. Next game's the Toronto Blue Jays. Blue Jays are plus 118. Dylan Cease on the mound, going up against the New York Yankees. Yankees are minus 130 with Will Warren on the mound. Yes, Warren has been pretty strong this season, but so has Dylan Cease. The one and only time Will Warren has gone against Toronto, he got blasted for 7 earned runs. Will he be able to make a comeback and bounce back from that? Toronto was very much in that game yesterday. It took a great couple home runs and a strong Yankee comeback to win that game last night. I don't know if they'll be able to do it again. I kind of like everything that matches up here for Toronto. Go ahead and give me the Blue Jays and Dylan Cease plus 118. We're going to fade Will Warren. He's got to prove to us that he could bounce back from his terrible start against Toronto last season. Next game's the Milwaukee Brewers. Minus 112 with Jacob Mizorowski on the mound against the Chicago Cubs. Cubs are plus 102 with Ben Brown on the mound. We said it yesterday. The Brewers came out swinging. We were all over that game. They were plus 140. Now, with Mizorowski on the mound, flamethrower, they're favored in this game. I don't know. Not that I dislike Mizorowski. Obviously, he's a great pitcher and he's done well for us. But I like the Cubs in a bounce back spot after getting embarrassed last night. I believe that ended their home winning streak, so now they can start over. I like the Cubs in this game. Mizorowski, yes, he's been a monster, but he's been okay. He hasn't been great. He hasn't been perfect against the Chicago Cubs. Now we get a bounce back game for the Cubs at Wrigley Field. Ben Brown has actually pitched extremely well against the Brewers. We're getting plus money with the Cubs at home. That's not something we would be able to say 1, 2, 3 weeks ago. But today we're getting that pricing. Go ahead and give me the Chicago Cubs plus 102 on the money line. Next game's the Boston Red Sox minus 127. Ranger Suarez on the mound going up against the Kansas City Royals. The Royals plus 115. Really falter on the mound. This is an absolute ridiculous price. We were all over the Red Sox yesterday. They did not have, their offense has not been great, but they finally showed out and turned it on against the Royals. I think they do the same today. This pricing makes absolutely zero sense. The Red Sox are minus 127 with Ranger Suarez. The Royals are absolutely terrible against left-handed pitching. Not only that, but Ranger Suarez hasn't allowed a run in 19 innings. And we're getting Red Sox minus 127. Again, I don't care if we lose these games. There's absolutely no way I could take the Royals. And there's no way Ranger Suarez should be minus 127. He should be minus 147 at the absolute worst. Give me the Red Sox minus 127. Ridiculous pricing here. We got to take advantage. Next game's Houston Astros plus 121. Lance McCullers Jr. on the mound going up against the Minnesota Twins. Twins are minus 133 with Zebby Matthews on the mound. Twins have been in the news today regarding injuries and sending Royce Lewis, former number 1 overall draft pick, down to AAA. They had to put Ryan Jeffers, catcher, who's been one of their best hitters besides Brian Buxton, on the injured list. He's going to be gone. He had hand surgery today, so he's going to be out 3 to 6 weeks, if not longer. So how will this Twins team bounce back? What have we said all season? This is the no-name Minnesota Twins. I don't think it really matters who's in that lineup. I don't think Buxton's back yet. I'm getting updates right now. The lineups are coming out as we speak. But yeah, I still like this Minnesota Twins team because they play tough. And this is a total fade on Lance McCullers Jr. as well with the Astros. I love the way the Twins play. They play hard. They're the no-name Twins. They just bring guys up from St. Paul and they rake and they play well. They don't need stars in that lineup. Just the way the culture has shifted just from a year ago after they got rid of Carlos Correa, and now that they're rebuilding, starting over. This is a huge price, in my opinion, for Zebby Matthews and the Twins. But that just goes to show how terribly Lance McCullers Jr. has been, and the Astros have been on the road. Go ahead and give me the Minnesota Twins minus 133. Next game's the Pittsburgh Pirates plus 103. Mitch Keller on the mound going up against the St. Louis Cardinals and Matthew Liberatore minus 113. To me, this is a 50-50 game. How did I make my determination here? It's quite simple. Mitch Keller's on the mound. Matthew Liberatore's on the mound. It kind of cancels out for me. I give Keller the slight edge, but again, I love this Cardinals team. They're a baseball team. They're not flashy. They're kind of like the Twins, except much better. And they're not flashy. All they want to do is get a single, double, steal a base, get outs. And they do it just the right way. They play baseball the right way. And something you don't always see, but that's why I like this Cardinals team. And also the Pirates offense has hit a little bit of cold bats here. They're cold at the plate and they're struggling right now offensively. So we just need Liberatore not to get blown up here, which I think he'll be able to manage. I do like the Cardinals bullpen. We just need the Cardinals offense to touch up Mitch Keller. It won't be easy, but again, 50-50 game for me. I'm going to take the Cardinals offense at home. Last at bat, go ahead and give me the St. Louis Cardinals minus 113. Next game's the Texas Rangers minus 102. Reliever Tyler Alexander is going to get the start today against the Colorado Rockies. Rockies are minus 108. They're also going with the reliever to open, Sammy Peralta. I thought Kumar Rocker was supposed to start this game for the Rangers. He must have gotten scratched. I don't know why. And they're going to go with the reliever game. Maybe it's an opener game for Kumar Rocker. That's also possible. Like I said, I haven't gone through the lineup, so I don't know 100%, but that's what I'm left to assume. Again, this is kind of the same thing as yesterday, except the price has, has fixed itself. And what did we say? We're going to fade Mackenzie Gore. Mackenzie Gore got blown up. He got injured, got taken out of the game. Just absolutely a disaster for the Texas Rangers. And I think the Rockies could build off of yesterday's win and yesterday's offense. To me, I don't have an edge for either team, even if Kumar Rocker does pitch the majority of the game and has the most innings here. I still don't have a real edge for the Rangers. Rockies are at home. I think they can build off that momentum. I really like Colorado in this game. Even though Peralta's going to be starting, I don't think that's that big of a deal. I'm going with which team can build off of yesterday's momentum, and for me, it's the Colorado Rockies. Although we're not getting plus money, Colorado at minus 108, I'll go ahead and take that. Rangers have to prove to us they can win, hit the ball, and do it on the road, which they've done it on the road, but we'll see if they can do it again. Next game's the Sacramento Athletics plus 118 with Jose Lopez, Jacob Lopez. I totally forgot what his name is. Los Angeles against the Los Angeles Angels. I think it's Jose Lopez. Los Angeles Angels minus 130. Reed Detmers on the mound. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Both teams hit about the same against left-handed pitching. Only difference is the Athletics have destroyed Reed Detmers in the past. And again, we took this game all the way to the 9th inning. Athletics did have a chance with the bases loaded to get more insurance runs. They didn't. For JT Gim, Zach Neto, hats off to him, absolutely crushed a home run and got the win for the Angels. But in no universe, in no world, should the LA Angels be favored at a minus 130 price against any team? Not even the Royals, because the Royals kicked their ass earlier this season. So they don't deserve to be minus 130 against anybody. This is automatic for me. Again, this is a 50-50 game pitching-wise, except the Athletics have destroyed Reed Detmers in the past, and I think they could do it again. This pricing is totally wrong here. Give me the Sacramento A's every day of the week plus 118. Angels have to do something more than get a walk-off hit and win 3 out of their last 20 games for them to be favored at minus 130. Just absolutely ridiculous. Even if the Athletics get killed by 10 runs, I would still not bet the Angels at that price. Just ridiculous. Next game, the San Francisco Giants plus 109 with Landon Roop on the mound, going up against the Arizona Diamondbacks minus 120 and Ryan Nelson. We talked about it yesterday, and today feels like the same type of game. Kind of a 50-50 game with the pitchers, but what do we have? We have the Diamondbacks offense, who's hitting much better, and they're red hot right now, and they proved that last night. Had an incredible game. Nolan Arenado had a grand slam, and now we get Ryan Nelson. I just have to back this Arizona Diamondbacks team. They're kind of flying under the radar. They're keeping pace in the NL West. Surprisingly, I believe 5 games behind the now leading Padres, and their offense just seems to keep showing up at home. I have to back the Diamondbacks here. If I'm put in the corner, which offense do I rather have? Do I rather have the Giants? Do I rather the Diamondbacks? Give me the Diamondbacks every day. And Roop has not pitched well against this D-backs team, so there's just nothing positive right there for me to back the Giants, and we're getting a cheap price with the Diamondbacks. I'm totally fine with laying minus 120. Go ahead and give me the Snakes at minus 120. Next game's the LA Dodgers minus 154 with Emmett Sheehan on the mound against the San Diego Padres. Padres plus 139 with Griffin Canning on the mound. Padres, after yesterday's win, we were all over the Padres. Thought they could get more runs. They only got 1, and Mason Miller was able to come in, walked a couple batters, but he was able to slam the door on the Dodgers. I don't think we're going to see Mason Miller today. I think the Dodgers jump all over Griffin Canning. I think the Dodgers offense does have a bounce back and a strong game today. Go ahead and give me the Dodgers minus 154. As well as LA on the run line plus 100 even money. Again, Padres are now in first place, but I think the Dodgers could flip that after today's game. I just rather have Emmett Sheehan than Griffin Canning in this spot. Just not a great matchup for him. It's a great spot for the Dodgers to do something offensively, and that's kind of where the handicap plays are coming from. The last game of the night, we got the Chicago White Sox plus 131, Anthony Kay on the mound, going up against the Seattle Mariners minus 145, Bryce Miller on the mound. A little bit of an expensive price here for the Mariners, but this will be our only 2 totals of the night. So I do like the first 4 under 4 runs at plus 105, as well as the game under 7.5 runs at plus 103. I think we get another game where we get a pitcher's duel. Anthony Kay's been good, and Seattle Mariners have not been great against left-handed pitching. Again, I don't think the Mariners should be this large of a favorite. It makes sense with Bryce Miller on the mound, but I'm going to go with the under here, although I should never go with an under. Wait, I did vow to not do any unders for the White Sox game, so we're not going to do any unders. Scratch that. We're not going to do any unders. We're just going to stick with the White Sox. I like the lefty on the mound. I like Anthony Kay on the mound. And again, I would guarantee this game goes under the total, but since we're not going to do it, it'll go under the total. But I'm going to stick to my word and stay away from unders in the White Sox games. And I'm just going to go with the White Sox here at plus 131. I think the Mariners are a little inflated here in their pricing, although Miller's on the mound. We'll see what happens, but I don't want to do the under, and I'm going to stick with the White Sox. All right, that's everything for today. Today's episode. Number 38's in the books. I'm going to go ahead and post this. That way we can get everything in. Thank you for everyone that's been liking, following along, subscribing. I just got an update that Lance McCullers is scratched today. So the Twins numbers are going to change, but I still like the Twins because if the Astros have to go to the bullpen, I do not like their bullpen. Unless Spencer Arrietty's pitching today, which I highly doubt, I'm still going with the Twins. The price just might be different. But thanks for everyone that's been watching, tuning in, subscribing, following along. I do appreciate it. The likes help. Be sure to like the full episode, TikTok, YouTube, and the shorts. I do appreciate everything. Send us some comments. Let us know where you're from, who your favorite team is, if you want any player prop suggestions on any games. Other than that, green is good. Good luck to us, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.